Are you in your early 20s, deep divers, but you feel like you're 1010, like so old? Yes, deep divers, that's because you're an old soul. You're like, I'm back on planet Earth. Here we go again. Wait a minute. I've seen this all before. Deja vu spells. I know exactly how you feel. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in nature, baby. Another glorious summer's day. We're just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Sending you tons of good ass energy. Take that, take that, take that. Deep divers. Do you ever wake up and feel like you're different from everybody else? That your soul is a lot older than everybody around you? An old soul? Just maybe, deep divers. Just maybe, deep divers. 7 signs you're an old soul. An old indigo soul. And you came back just to do a little samba, baby. Right now on the planet, there is a huge awakening. A lot of people's third eye is opening. Third eyes are opening. People are taking the different route. Because everyone was going this way, and now everyone wants to go that way. Because their third eye, is starting to open. They're an old soul. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So wonderful deep divers. Let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. The 7 signs you're an indigo old soul. When I was young, really young, like 6 years old, young deep divers, I was thinking like questions. Who created the universe? Why is the world like this? Why do people have to go to work? I was asking these questions at 6. The first sign, you're an old indigo soul, is that you are way older than you appear to be. Do you ever get irritated, deep divers, when they're like, respect your elders? You're like, don't you know? I'm 5,000 years old. Slow motion this side. You see, an old soul is a soul that has been to this planet many times. They've been incarnating on the planet many times. Therefore, they have past memory from a past life. And because of this, they have accumulated and gathered so much experience. And that's why they can be in a young body, but they can have an old mind. Ladies, fellas, are you in your 20s or even late teens and you feel really old? And everyone's telling you to act your age, and you're like, if you only knew I was an old soul. That's the first sign you're an old soul. You are mature beyond your years. There was a great parapsychologist, deep divers, Nancy Ann Tappy, who had synesthesia, okay? And that's where sounds appear like colors, and colors appear like sounds. Pharrell Williams has that gift as well. Pharrell Williams has that gift, so does the cat down the road, and so do I, okay? And what she observed was that children in the 60s, being born in the 60s, had an indigo aura, and they were coming on the planet to specifically help raise the vibrational frequency of planet Earth. Now, it is no coincidence, deep divers, that in the 60s and 70s, you had the hippie movement. So all of those wild and free hippies, I remember going on Tumblr deep divers and seeing these beautiful pictures of hippies back in the 60s and 70s. They were in nature, so free. Women were breastfeeding their children in nature, free the nipple. Nobody cared. Pure freedom, okay? But guess what, deep divers? These hippies were giving birth to the indigos. Slow motion this side. Right? And all of these indigos were old souls. They remembered their past life. They were way older than they appeared to be. In fact, I got a good friend in California, and her son is an indigo soul, an old soul. He's only 10, but if you talk to him, he will blow your mind. So knowledgeable, so wise at a young age. These children aren't young deep divers. They're old souls coming back to planet Earth to wake you up, to shake things up, to show the whole world a new way. You see, like Tupac said, the old way wasn't working. So we've got to do what we've got to do to survive. I see no changes. Such a great song, right? So if you feel way older than you actually are, chances are you are an old soul. If you're having these flashbacks as well to your past life, chances are you are an old indigo soul. I embrace it, right? Because I'm like going on to 8,000 years old. And it's pretty cool, deep divers. Oh, baby. What's the second sign? You're an indigo old soul. A normal life is boring for you. You didn't come here for a normal life, deep divers. If that's you, you're an old soul, because you realize in this 3D matrix, it's a trap. Most people are living in a conveyor belt lifestyle. You wake up, you go to work, then you come home. Or maybe you're studying. But a lot of us aren't really living. And you know you're an old soul when you're like, actually, I just came back to planet Earth for the experience. Because being free is my birthright, Ralph. If you say that, you are definitely an old soul. You see, where most people want to fit in, old souls don't mind standing out. You see, I wouldn't mind going like this to a wedding, deep divers. I pull up like, hey, 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 I'm an old soul, baby, hey. And everyone will be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, it's just an illusion, don't worry. Never mind. Right? So that's how you know you're an old soul, when you aren't concerned with fitting into social norms. I'm talking about titles, status. Where do you work? You don't care about that. A lot of people always used to ask me, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I just, breathe in that good ass prana, baby. That's all I came here to do. That's all I came here to do. That's all, deep divers, right? You're not concerned about fitting into a social norm of just a crappy 9-to-5 that's not serving you. You would rather be on the beach practicing hydromancy, which is the art of water divination. Woo! Isn't that more exciting? Or go to the forest, go camping, have a more invigorating life experience. Let's talk about titles. Now, you know my name is Ralph Smart. Deep divers, did you know? Because I've always been using my name, Infinite Waters, there is somebody who has my same name, Ralph Smart, who actually died, a film producer who was 90 years old. And if you search Ralph Smart, his profile comes up and my pictures are next to it. So I actually called my legal team, we're getting it removed. But let me just tell you this. It's because I never actually associated myself with Ralph Smart. That's just a matrix name, right? My true name is Infinite Waters, because water is the most powerful force on the planet. Water is more powerful than fire. Slow motion this side. You see, water can crash, They can move slowly. Doing a Bruce Lee impression, right? Be the water, my friend. The legend Bruce Lee, right? So, be the water, right? And I started to realize, oh, I get it. It's all about giving yourself your own name. And if you are, that's how you know you're an old soul. You know, I use Ralph Smart, but I know that's not who I am. That's just my matrix identity, right? But my true name is Infinite Waters. And if you go back in ancient times in Sumeria, ancient Egypt, or Kemet, they had names so long you couldn't even pronounce them. And have you finished your name? No. Oh my gosh, that's a really long name. What does it mean? Be love. Right? They name themselves. You see, you were given a name as soon as you were born. It could be Michael, Mary, John, Richard, whatever it is, but that's not your true name. And if you are naming yourself, woo, that's a sign you're an old indigo soul, because you are now connecting with the highest part of who you actually are. Many times it's an element. It could be the air woman, the water woman, the sunshine man. You see, isn't that a higher vibration than just Joe Bloggs down the road or Mary Jane down the road, right? So if you are actually naming yourself, your name has meaning. Also, if you are connecting back to your ancestors, you have a name that really charges you up every single day. It empowers you. It empowers you. It helps to lead you to your true purpose. It helps you to remember. It helps you to remember who you actually are. That's a sign you're an old soul. So if you aren't interested in fitting into the social norms, you put on those glasses just like in They Live, and you start to see when it says hi, it actually says obey. When it says shop here, it actually says just conform, right? Check out that film, They Live, okay? So you're not interested in fitting in. Ain't nobody got time for that. Deep divers, what's the third sign you're an indigo old soul? You have a strong desire to help the planet. You have a strong desire to help raise the vibration of the planet. You have a strong desire to help people you don't even know, because that's what old souls do. I realized, deep divers, when I was 15, I just wanted to inspire other people. Friends and family would be like, "What are you doing, Ralph?" I'm like, it's just, I feel I've got to do this. And I started to realize, actually, it's because I'm an old soul. You see, I can trace back my past lives to ancient Kemet or Egypt. I was a priest in the mystery schools. Slow motion this side. Learning the higher knowledge. And guess what, deep divers? That's what I'm doing right now. You see, if you have a strong desire, and if you are already helping people, putting out inspirational quotes on Instagram, making videos on YouTube to really help awaken other people, that's a sign you're an old soul, because that's what old souls do. They uplift, they never bring down, because they already know that it's all about the cycle of life. And once you do good deeds, that karma follows you in every single lifetime. Slow motion this side. Okay? Once you do good deeds, that karma follows you in every single lifetime. So if you are posting and sharing and really helping people out, you are an old soul, a light worker, somebody who's all about making sure people don't feel alone. You see, old souls don't mind being alone, because they realize they are never ever alone. The universe always sends someone. Slow motion this side. Deep divers, what's the fourth sign? You're an old indigo soul. Oh, baby. Depth. Everything in your life has depth. Okay? There is depth in your loving relationship. There is depth in your friendships. There is depth in knowledge. You don't live on the surface, you live right under the sea, baby. Okay? Everything has to have substance. Shallow living is not for you. There is depth in conversations. It's all about meaningful conversations that actually stimulate your right brain hemisphere. Okay? That's a sign you're an indigo old soul. Shallow living is not for you. Okay? Small talk is not for you. You're a deep diver, and that's a sign you're an old soul. When they're talking about the football, you're talking about the fifth dimension, baby. When they're talking about the news, you're talking about medical marijuana, right? When they're talking about, what are they talking about in the Matrix? Oh, a random celebrity? Yeah, you're talking about the Milky Way, right? Everything has depth and substance. If that's you, you're an old soul. Everything you do is part of a way to express yourself. Slow motion this side. Like I'm expressing myself right now, deep divers, with this jungle shirt. Okay, I wear clothes to inspire me. And that's a sign you're an indigo old soul. When everyone is doing this, you do that. When everyone is going here, you go there and then do a little samba, baby, okay? What's the fifth sign? You're an indigo old soul. Deep divers. You have a disinterestedness, right? You have a disinterestedness, deep divers, in the superficial life. It's not fun for you. Why? Because you got drunk in the last lifetime. We don't need to do that right now, right? There's a reason why they call alcohol spirits, because once again, there are actual entities in that bottle which are actually eating you alive. We'll come to that later, right? So I started to realize, okay, I had a disinterestedness in the superficial way of life. I realized there was more to life, and that's a sign you're an old soul. If you crave meaning in everything, there has to be a greater meaning. You didn't just come here to pay bills and then die and then leave, or have a student loan your whole life. No. You realize it's all about finding your own personal meaning. But if you aren't interested as well in just living in the ego, you see, old souls live for the inside and not the outside. What? Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. Old souls live for the inside and not the outside. And if that's you, you are an old soul. Like, I don't really care how many subscribers I've got on YouTube, because I'm already good within myself. Over 1 million subscribers, 1.5 million. That's just a byproduct of me loving myself and me being an old soul and knowing my true power, that I'm a multi-dimensional being having a human experience. So, deep divers, if you are living for the inside, you don't mind about not having a Ferrari, or you don't mind about not being Instagram famous, you're cool with it. If it comes, it's cool. Like it came for me. But if it doesn't, you're cool. You don't mind staying low key because you already know your power. You live according to your own terms and conditions. You live your way and not theirs. If that's you, deep divers, you are an old soul, and it's time to do a little samba, baby. Right? And not being superficial also includes paying attention to detail, taking care of everything in this planet. If you have a deep love for all life forms on the planet, Not just the cat down the road, but the pig down the road, the cow down the road, even the chicken down the road. That's a sign you're an old soul, because you are moving away from a superficial way of life. You have an emotional connection to all life forms on the planet. 7-Day Vegan Challenge. A lot of old souls are plant-based. Why? Because they realize you have to eat to live. What else? What else? Because they realize that what we do onto animals, we're also doing onto ourselves. You see, energy can never be destroyed, only transferred. I realized when I was 15 that if I am killing a cow, am I even emotionally ready to kill a cow? If I am killing a cow, all of that pain, that torture, that torment, that trauma is being transferred to my DNA. That's why so many people are walking around with pain bodies, deep divers. Slow motion this side. You are an old soul if you start to see the link. And if you start to respect animals and you have this love for protecting all life forms on the planet. Once again, you're not into the superficial way of living. You are all about depth. You are all about being your true, authentic self, not compromising who you are for someone else. If that's you, oh baby, you're an old soul. Deep divers, what's the 6th sign you're an indigo old soul? Are you misunderstood? Yes, Ralph, all the time. So was I. That's a sign. That's a sign. That's a big sign you're an indigo old soul. Why? Because a lot of us, old souls, we spend our whole lives being misunderstood. It's because we don't want to be plugged into the matrix, because we've got a mind of our own, because we realize that being free is our birthright. You can't control us. That's what makes us so powerful. Because we remember that caterpillars transform into butterflies. And in this incarnation, it's time to be a butterfly and be free and fly free and not be held in a container. Right? So people are going to misunderstand you for that, deep divers. I'm the sort of person to pull up like this to a wedding and say, hey, yeah. I get misunderstood a lot, deep divers, but that's why I'm an old soul. I can deal with it because I already know, I've already seen how this is going to go out for me. It's never going to go out, it's just going to go on. Because I am immortal. Deep divers, we never die, we just multiply. If you are starting to realize that we are immortal, the body may leave, but the soul remains forever, eternal, right? So if you also realize that you are immortal, you are an old soul. You see, there is no death in this universe. There is only life. Show me death around here. Even when something dies, it goes back to Earth, and Earth uses that energy to recreate something new. Stop it, Ralph. Slow motion this side. What is the 7th sign you're an indigo old soul? Deep divers. Why so serious? Put some lipstick right there. Actually, you're not the Joker, are you? Never mind. Deep divers. Why so serious? You aren't serious, okay? That's a sign you're an old indigo soul. You don't take life so seriously. I remember when I was in the car once and I was talking about this program I was watching. I'm like, they're just actors, Mom. And it's only a television show. Everyone was like crying after the television show. I'm like, it's just acting. I already knew that it's all a play. Like Shakespeare said, the whole world is a stage. If you already realize the whole world is a stage, you're an old soul. Right? If you have stopped taking everything so seriously, everything is a man-made construct. Going to work, paying your bills. We invented this. We invented paper money. It's not an actual truth in the universe. It's all an illusion, the Maya. We need to wake ourselves up out of that. Deep divers. And if you already have, congratulations, you're an old soul. I never take things too seriously, deep divers. Because guess what? You gotta leave it all behind. We are only borrowing things. I got my car over there, the Tesla, right? That's not mine though. I'm just borrowing it, right? I got a beautiful camera right in front of me. That's not mine though. I'm just borrowing it. I'm just borrowing this too. I'm just borrowing this body as well, deep divers. It's on loan from the universe. It all goes back in the box. If you realize that, deep divers, you're an old soul. Everything is transient and temporary in this universe. Therefore, you can't take any of this stuff with you. Therefore, someone with nothing is just as wealthy as someone with a lot, because you both can't take it with you. Slow motion this side. Are you ready to dive deep with me, deep divers? That's a sign you're an old soul. So once again, if you're not taking life so seriously, you're hopping on planes, going around the world, living your best life at a young age, chilling, doing a little samba, baby. Woo! You're an old soul. And that's why we're just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Beautiful deep divers were just, woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. With a jungle shirt. Shout out to everybody who's been getting the amazing good ass prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes. And if you've got a question, deep divers, add me on Instagram at Infinite Waters. The model search is also one. If you think you've got what it takes, add me on Instagram at Infinite Waters. Check out the new book, Deep Divers, for information like this. Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Peace. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. I'm so indigo, Ralph. So am I. Next level business. Peace.